Yo, what is going on, guys? Sucks here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if you're new. Today I wanted to touch a little bit on the chart, and I wanted you guys to bear with me till the end of the video as to why I think we have a very strong possibility at having a short squeeze or another rally like we saw back in June or January of 2021. Just stay till the end of the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join the Discord. Let's get into it. Okay guys, so the first thing that I wanted to touch on is a couple indicators. So we have the MACD, and I wanted to touch on every time it crosses down here, you see a push and you see a peak usually in the chart. You see some sort of push or rally in the chart. It crossed here at around $19.70 and ran all the way up to $32. Crossed here at $8.82 before coming all the way up to $20. And especially the time where we are tracking back in January of 2021, it ran from $1.90 all the way up to $12.22, and the MACD has just crossed on AMC as we get this little push up. Okay, the next thing that I wanted to touch on is the on-balance volume indicator, and I don't think this is as important, and the only reason I'm saying it is because we know that nobody's selling the stock just based off of the community, and we can kind of see that the on-balance volume is slightly manipulated here. However, if you come back to what we've been tracking back in January, right before the big run-up, you see this is how the on-balance volume indicator acted, and it's acting the same exact way right now, at least on the 4-hour time frame, right? The slight sell-off and this little peak. And if that's the case, you're going to see a lot of people let go of their stocks only if we see a major rip in price action. Popping back into the Bollinger Bands, before we get into the drawings of the chart, AMC is starting to break out of the Bollinger Bands, and the only times this has happened is when we saw relatively new highs. You saw it back here when it ran up to 20, back here when very quickly when it ran up to about $17.50, but most importantly, you saw it back in January of 2021, right before this big run up. It broke out of the on-balance volume indicator, consolidated for about a day or so before getting a next rip. Also the same thing with the June run-up of 2021. Now, if this is the case, you can either see a pop just like 2021, or you can see it get pushed back into the Bollinger Bands before another move to the upside. However, we are going to go over the drawings right now. Now, before I explain to you guys what I'm looking at based off of the chart side of things and cycles, I wanted to just point out a couple of things. So back in December of 2020, right before the January run-up of 2021, you come here and you look at the fails to deliver on AMC. AMC right here, you go all the way to the left and you can see the first half and second half of December add up to about 30 million. Now, I just wanted to point out that the first half and second half of December is already disclosed to us, and it is well over 30 million fails to deliver on AMC. And also, the cost to borrow is extremely high on the stock. Short interest is still around the same level. So before we get into the drawings, I just wanted to disclose that all of the data is there for us to have another short squeeze. Now, AMC has been tracking these small cycles that it has been in ever since the CDC announced a shutdown in COVID. That is beyond the fact, right? This is when short sellers piled in the stock, brought it down to $1.91, but I am sure they were in it before this time frame. However, these cycles time very respectively large moves in the stock, and what we have mapped out is where it times peaks and sell-offs. You can see right here on this cycle, between the peak of the cycle to the low, this always times a major move one way or the other in the stock. This is when we ran all the way up in January over 1,000%, all the way up in June over 500%, and all the way down out of this breakout. It even timed the breakout to the downside, the push all the way from $8 to about $21, and the exact time frame is where we are sitting at right now within this cycle. You have the prep phase, and now between February 8th and now between the time we're at and March 30th, I do see a big move happening in AMC one way or the other, and in my opinion, there is not much room to have that move go to the downside. Now, I'm going to bring you over to the 45-minute time frame. Also, keep in mind, ironically, that shareholder meeting for the conversion and the reverse split is supposed to happen before March 23rd or 24th, so we are sitting in that same zone overall, right? So we have right now what happened back in January here in yellow and in gray at a much fuller scale, and in my opinion, we've had long enough to consolidate before getting a move one way or the other. And the reason I keep saying one way or the other is because it's never a guarantee that AMC is going to push to the upside. It's never guaranteed that any stock will push to the upside. Now, there's something very scary. With that being said, if cycles play out inverse, which they can, however, I just don't see that because there's not a lot of room for downside. There is a weird gap in AMC's chart, at least on the 45-minute time frame. There's two gaps at the same exact level right here that are not filled. And I think it's very risky, right? It's risky if the cycle plays out inverse at this point, because if we're supposed to get a big move in the stock and that move is all the way to the downside, then that would mean this cycle priced in to fill that gap around a 30% decrease in AMC's chart. Now, will we sell anyway? Probably not. But in my opinion, the reason I'm posting this video, even though I posted an AMC update video today, is that because I think we could potentially get a 26% rip tomorrow, followed up after hours by another 26% rip. I'm watching $7 and $9 for AMC to fight those levels, and I really want to prep you for it. This is the exact layout that AMC had back in January, and you can see that it overlays exact to the pattern that AMC has right now. So guys, get ready for $7, get ready for $9 in my opinion, and that is just the beginning. That is prior to that run up, right? After 2 days from now, so around Thursday, Friday, if this does play out, you're going to see FOMO, you're going to see volume kicking in, gamma ramping kicking in, and finally people stacking in on this play to get that next rip towards another peak in the stock. Also, AMC at $5.60 is a very beautiful price to see. It's appealing to see. It's appealing for the buyer. You know, you can get so many shares for $5 a share, which is a beautiful thing to see. Now, again, AMC is touching on this overall trend line. It's actually touching on the second trend line right now. And you can see back here from the January run up, the first and second time it touched it, it had a breakout to the upside. And as for this long descending channel that we've been in, we don't touch it very often. You had it, of course, at the peak where it started, and then you had it touch again right here back in August when APE was issued, which is a very weird thing to see, right? Because there's a lot of theories around Adam Aaron doing bad for the shareholders. APE was issued and we didn't get that breakout and move to the upside, but we also had those sneaky halts in the meantime. But point is, you're getting another touch on that trend line, and we're fighting that level right now, right now, and it does look like we are about to break out above that zone. Also, guys, it's hard to tell which way the market is going. In my opinion, it does look like a bull trap. Even if it's not, this is exactly what happened back here in 2020, late 2020, when AMC actually ran. This is when AMC ran, and it finally started to jump back into a bull market and have a steady climb within the S&P 500. Will we see that right now? You know, it's tough to say, especially with how bad the economy is doing, but they're at least making it look like it. And if they're making it look like it, they're also making it look like AMC is about to have another leg up. But just be very careful with what you do and how you trade this, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and if you want to ask me any questions in Discord, I will be in Discord. Make sure to join that. So guys, if you want up to 15 free stocks, use my link in the comments or in the description down below to download Moomoo, sign up and deposit even a penny in your account. You will get up to 15 free stocks just for doing that. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button, get this to 1,000 likes, share the video, subscribe, and get ready for tomorrow. Overall, guys, I love you. Really do appreciate all the support that you leave on every video. I'm very excited going forward. I love you all. Lottery stocks out.